What's up everybody, Joe Simpson here. We're going to build a dolly for my boat today, and I wanted to talk about some of the parts and pieces you're going to need to do this project and about how much it'll cost. And yeah, let's go from there. A couple things we're going to need, and we'll talk about concept and layout in a minute. You want to get a couple of wheels. I got the bigger 11-inch wheels. You can get these at Home Depot. These were like 20 bucks a piece. I think it was more than I should have paid for these. So I would not recommend spending a lot of money on wheels. If you can find cheaper ones or you have an old wheelbarrow, you could just rip them off of that. Whatever you have laying around, whatever you can find for as cheap as you can get. And you can do smaller wheels, but you won't have as much ground clearance with my design, because my design is just going to be simply an axle between two wheels, and I'm going to set my boat on the axle and then strap it. So here's the theory. I'm going to take this pipe right here. It's 4 feet, which is exactly what I need for my Sundolphin. And then I'm going to cut down this piece of all thread to stick down past the ends of the pipe as far as I need to for the thickness of these wheels. And then I'm going to put these wheels on each end of the all thread. Of course, I'm going to cap the ends of the pipe, drill a hole, pull the all thread through these caps. That will give me my support for the ends. And then I will use a series of washers and bolts, or washers and nuts, to secure the wheels to the axle. And once I have the axle, I'm just going to use ratchet straps for now until I figure out another way to strap it all together. So without any further ado, let's do it. I think the hardest thing I'm going to do today is drill a hole in that. And I want a metal bit. That's got to be 1/2 inch. Let's just see. This is the old-fashioned way. I don't hate that. That's going to leave me plenty of room. I'm going with that. So I think I want a little bit of oil in here. So I don't know where I have oil per se, but I know I got some fishing lube, fishing oil lube. No, it's not the same, but it'll give me something. As suspected, drilling these caps was the hardest thing, I would say, because it's hard to keep the hole centered even after you start it centered. But I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's pretty close. So we have the pipe with the threaded ends. So the theory is I'll take one of these caps, and hopefully it fits, because if it doesn't, can't take it back. Now I'll crank these on tighter. Let's take the all thread, go down through the drilled hole, and try not to put out any of your lights in the ceiling, because that's a 6-foot piece of rod. We're gonna have to cut that rod, so don't sweat that. But what I want to do is kind of see how that wheel fits and stuff. So what I'm thinking is get one of these bolts on here, hang with me. I have one annoying little setup. Pull this beautiful wheel out of the package. Oh, we got some washers here too, so those will come in handy. So I don't know if I want to go like, let's see, these washers fit in here. Oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to do this like that, and we're going to do this like that. And then we're going to put a bolt and a washer on the outside. And now I know the bolt and washer on the outside is probably going to tighten it down pretty hard. But that's going to be our concept rolling thing, right? Let's mark it. Got a little black line there on that thread. That's going to be my measurement point. We are, I think it's 2 3/4. 2 3/4. That is our mark. And then I'm going to crank this down. Now these top caps I can give a couple of turns on, not much really. So really I just mark 2 3/4. And that's where I need to cut this. And that'll be the second hardest thing I do on this project, which is cut this. Could be the hardest thing. So 2 3/4. Go a little bit higher. Right there. And that should fit. Whew. Jeez, tired. Success. Wow, that sucked. Did I have 2 3/4 or was it 1 3/4? No, I got 2 3/8. I could go back to measure school, right? 2 1/4 heavy, 2 3/8. 2 and an 8. So I want to loosen this one, push it that way, tighten this one this way. Where are we at? 2 1/4. It's probably gonna be a little seesaw back and forth. 2 1/4. Okay, that's perfect. Tighten this one up. All right, continuing on, at this point we're just going to assemble this thing and hopefully it works good. So we got these 2 washers here that are going to go on before the wheel. The wheel then goes on here, and we're going to want to make sure that the wheel is beyond the washers. This is actually, once you get all the cutting, and oh, we want a washer on this outside too. We don't want the nuts grinding down on anything. Now, I'm not going to over tighten this. Probably will, just knowing me. Yeah, that's, see, like when you do that, so I'm going to have to put some kind of lock washer on there. So that's my guy right there, guys. What do you think? It's not that heavy, probably 15 pounds, 12 pounds, somewhere in there. Ay, ay, ay. All these. Okay, enough of that game. Let's try this one. So what I'll do, if you guys can see this, is I'm going to take this right here and yoke it inside the collar, like that, right? And I'm going to go over here. Okay guys, had to do a little strap adjustment here. So what I've got now is I'm going to come around here on this side. Can't really go through the hoop like the other side, but I can yoke it with this guy here like this. So what I'll do is I'll then take this strap, which I'll probably cut off a little shorter, but for today's demonstration, clip it down to the dolly, nice and strong, and I don't think that's coming off, and we have wheels, guys. Wheels, wheels, wheels. So much better. Oh my God. One hand, back and forth, easy peasy. And squeezing. Just not that heavy. Yeah, these things work their way off, so I'm going to epoxy them on.